Hello and welcome to the BMC Quick Course series. In this quick course, I will show you how to use Change Manager for DB2 to create a Work ID. A Work ID is the key to much of the work you'll do in Change Manager. It is the piece that ties all the work together. Just like a DB2 table, a Work ID has two-part name, the owner and the name. The name can be up to 18 characters. Once a Work ID is created, information regarding that Work ID is stored in the Change Manager Work ID table. The status of the Work ID as to where you are in the process is maintained in this table. There are three types of Work IDs: Alter, Migrate, and Receive. Use an Alter Work ID when you want to modify an existing structure. Migrate Work IDs are used when you need to create a new instance of an application or just a table. A Receive Work ID is used on the target side when migrating to a different subsystem. A Receive Work ID is different than the first two, as it is only used after the work list is created and you do not have to go through specification or analysis. For Migrate Work IDs, you will have the option to set the scope and any change rules you would like to use for this project. The scope identifies what objects you want to include in the migration. Change rules allow you to automatically change object attributes during analysis. If you need to use these change rules multiple times, it would be beneficial to use a Migrate profile, which is discussed in another quick course. Let's see how to create a Work ID. From the main menu, select option 1 for Work ID. Next to Work ID, enter your ID as the owner and provide a new Work ID name. Select option 2 to create a new Work ID and press Enter. There are three types of Work IDs: Alter, Migrate, and Receive, as discussed earlier. At the bottom of the screen, you see the options for Migrate options or scope, and change rules that are only valid for Migrate Work IDs. For this example, I will choose Migrate so you can see these two options. Enter option 2 next to Type and Enter. Enter the highest level object you would like to capture. In this case, we selected to include the data and select all the objects dependent on the table spaces that we want to include. When you're done selecting all the desired dependents, press F3. Because we selected the Change Rules options, we see this panel. If you are not familiar with this panel, you can simply enter the appropriate information. If not, Change Manager guides you through the process when you enter an E in the Action column and press Enter. In our example, we want to use this Work ID to migrate or clone a database. We want to change the database name as well as the owner of the dependent objects. For options, enter 1 for change. Next to objects, enter 2 for database. Because we know we want to change the name of the database, we enter the name next to attribute. If you don't know which attribute to enter, place an S to the right of Display Attribute List, and Change Manager will guide you through it. Next, we enter what the current value is and what you want to change it to. In our example, the current value is SPADEMO, and we want to change that to SPAPROD. Remember, these are just change rules. In other words, we are telling Change Manager when it does the analysis and it finds a database with the name SPADEMO to change it to SPAPROD in our work lists. Press F3. When you press F3, Change Manager will fill in the blanks. Now, this isn't the only change we need to make. We also need to change the owner of the tables, indexes, and views. Rather than go through the edit process, I will choose to repeat or like the current line and make the necessary changes. Enter an R or L under action and press enter. In our example, I chose to repeat the line 3 times by placing an R3 under the action field. You can now overtype the information you want. In our example, I overwrote the objects to TB, IX, and VW for tables, indexes, and views. I also changed the attribute to owner, but kept those values for these attributes since they are the same as the database name. Those attributes could be different in your case. Press PF3. You have now completed the creation of the Work ID. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner, it states Work ID added. Thank you for your time. For more information on any BMC Change Manager feature, please visit the Change Manager Quick Course series.